I'm Ted.
And I'm Ellie.
And welcome back to Everything Edinburgh, where today we're coming to you from the National Museum of Scotland. We hope you enjoyed last semester's episodes, and if you haven't had a chance to see them yet, you can find them on Facebook, Twitter or YouTube, just by following the links below.
2015 was a really big year for Eutv, and we're hoping to build on that momentum this year.
So in this programme we've got everything from yoga to ice hockey to nuclear weapons. We've really covered all the bases.
But first we've got lifestyle with Parisa going to find out what your New Year's resolutions are, and we've got Will and Molly who've gone to meet some furry friends.
New year, new me. No matter how many times we say it, it's not always that easy to stick to our New Year's resolutions. EUTV's come down to George Square to find out just how good you are at sticking to your guns. So, have you guys got any New Year's resolutions this year?
No.
I don't have any.
Making one now.
New year, new me. I'm not a fan of New Year's resolutions.
I've never really been bothered by New Year at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think that I could change. I haven't been to the gym yet this year.
More time to myself.
Yes, I'm going to go to more lectures.
Hey, we've got the dance competitions coming up, and we've got to wear very skin-tight outfits, so to eat less.
To watch more films.
To watch more films. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't smoked for quite a while.
Oh, that's a good one.
2 weeks, yeah. 2 weeks on Sunday.
Very good.
Can I have a cigarette?
To
grow an enormous beard.
Oh yeah.
And also to know thyself, the words written above the temple to Apollo at Delphi.
Usually fail.
Oh,
so
okay.
we don't usually.
Don't try. What are your New Year's resolutions? Have you got any?
Yeah, I was going to work harder.
Work harder.
Yeah, studying.
Okay, and how's that gone? Have you done it?
Not as well as I hoped.
No. Oh, why not?
I don't know, just reality gets in the way.
Oh, okay.
Don't get around to it.
It's a bit depressing, really.
I plan to progress throughout the year, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I was already part way there.
Okay, cool. And what are we talking? Dumbledore, Gandalf?
More like Saxon warlords.
Okay.
With a plaits and a gold ring, you know, the full deal.
Fashion inspiration, guys.
Yeah.
I don't believe in New Year's resolutions.
I mean, there's no point in setting goals in case you don't achieve them. Just smile every day and be polite.
You'll be pursuing your goals all year round, every year.
You heard it here first, guys.
That's about it, really.
So there it is, guys. Smile, grow a beard, and be polite. I'm Parisa Harshenport, and this has been EUTV.
I'm currently outside Maison de Moggy, Scotland's first ever cat cafe located in Grassmarket. The owners have kindly allowed us in to investigate and interview some of their cats. So let's go.
Okay, so I'm with Claire, the manager of Maison de Moggy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So would it be safe to say that you are a cat person?
I think I may be going down the wrong career path if I'm not a cat person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd always say I'm more an animal person than a cat person, but yeah, I love cats.
So what was the inspiration for Maison de Moggy?
So Maison de Moggy belongs to my boss Laura, and she, although she is a full-time lawyer, decided that her life wasn't quite busy enough when she needed a side project. She visited Japan on holiday last summer, and while she was in Japan she was looking for unusual things to do, came across cat cafes on TripAdvisor. Like everyone, thought, what on earth is a cat cafe?
Yeah.
And when she visited them, she pretty much did nothing else for the rest of her time in Tokyo and decided Edinburgh needs to have one, and a bit of graft later, here we are.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Being in a city, students like yourselves, you aren't able to have a cat in your own flat, so it's a perfect chance to come and hang out with little furry friends. And I also just think it's people's hunger for something a bit different, because there's not a lot that opens up anymore that you've not seen or done or heard about somewhere else, and this really captures people's wonder. You know, there's still people coming to the door saying, what on earth is a cat cafe? And that's nice, you know, it's something new to do, something novel.
Hello. Where'd you get your hair done? Look at this animal. That is amazing. Drowning your sorrows. I don't know.
Would you ever possibly consider having a collaboration with our university's library cat, say, or?
I think if a cat has good enough manners to behave itself in a library, that it would probably do okay in a cat cafe.
Knock knock. Hello? It's just like, it's almost like they don't speak my language.
We were the first ever cat cafe to open in Scotland, and at this point in time we still are the first, so we've very much paved the way and done all the graft for everyone that follows after us.
Any cats you got your eye on? Feathers or sparkles?
I think people really like being surrounded by lots of animals. You know, you go to your friend's house and there's one cat that sits there, and if you're lucky it'll come up for a cuddle on your knee, but you come here, we've got 12 cats, all flavours and varieties of cats. You know, there's not a lot of places you could go and you could meet a Sphinx cat, which is a completely hairless cat, and we are the only cat cafe in Europe where you can go and meet a Sphinx cat, which is awesome.
Do you know of any other, say, owl cafes or maybe even dog cafes around the country or the
There
world?
was a dog cat cafe. Dog cat would not work.
Think about life. What do you think? Something out the windows.
There was a dog cafe near Loch Lomond called the Dog Cafe, where people who were out walking could take their dogs. Everyone was welcome. At one point, apparently, he had 60 dogs in there one day.
Have you loved and lost? To you, he may seem like a ball of white fluff waiting to be stroked, but to me, all I can see is the deep inner sadness in this cat. Don't worry, brother, it's going to be fine.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
I don't know why you're laughing. They'll never understand heartbreak like you and I.
Thanks guys. Now, on Eutv we try and keep a light tone, but sometimes it's worth discussing the more serious issues. Our politics team has again taken on another key issue in British politics, discussing the renewal of Trident, the British nuclear deterrent system, and asking whether that renewal is really the best course of action. Nuclear weapons are often seen as a throwback to the Cold War. However, are they still relevant in today's unstable world? With the upcoming renewal of the Trident nuclear submarine system, the issue is still high on the political agenda. We at Eutv have been talking to the Edinburgh community to find out more about this explosive issue. We spoke to Edinburgh University's nuclear historian, Dr. Malcolm Craig, to give us a brief outline of exactly what the proposals for Trident renewal are.
Well, the current proposal is to renew and replace Britain's existing strategic nuclear weapons, which are the 4 Vanguard-class nuclear submarines, each which are capable of carrying 16 Trident strategic nuclear missiles, which have a range of 4,000 miles. Each of them can carry multiple warheads with different yields of nuclear force available to them. So it's a fairly big nuclear arsenal, not by the standards of America and Russia and France, but the proposal is to replace this ageing system which was first brought into service in the 1990s with a newer, more modern, up-to-date system.
Why now, for this 21st century generation of students, do you feel it's important?
I think because it is a vital issue. I mean, nuclear weapons are the most powerful weapons we've ever created, and Britain maintaining a nuclear capability says certain things about Britain's place in the world. And the way that it's talked about in public, I think it's important that students understand the history of nuclear weapons, they understand what they can do, the number of people that are going to be killed if they're used, and the way that they're talked about. For example, the popular word is always deterrence. We are maintaining Britain's deterrent capability. What does deterrence mean? When is it functional? Does it actually deter? It's almost an article of blind faith when anyone talks about deterrence that it works, and it doesn't always.
Members from the Conservative and Union Society gave us an insight from their student perspective and why it's important that we renew Trident.
I mean, it's an issue of national concern, and anything as big as that, every student should have an interest in. It's to do with the future of our country.
I think students should be involved in politics in general. So yeah, it's a student issue, as is everything else.
I think the fact that Trident has worked well so far as a nuclear deterrent suggests that really we should be keeping it exactly as it is. The government has set out a sustainable programme from 2028. It'll keep the 15,000 jobs that are in the area, It'll keep Britain safe, it'll keep our families, our friends, the whole communities safe.
The Labour Party are currently split on the issue. We spoke to Edinburgh South MP Ian Murray to explain his personal view on Trident renewal.
The UK Labour Party's position, as still is to renew a minimum at-sea continuous nuclear deterrent. I'm very much a believer that we shouldn't renew Trident, let me make that quite clear, but I also am of the view that if Trident is renewed, we should use that as the catalyst for re-establishing on the international agenda non-proliferation and try and re-energise and re-engage that particular issue.
Having spoken to members of the Edinburgh community, it is clear with the potential cost of up to £160 billion, this is a massive investment for the UK government. However, the Trident renewal scheme has the potential to create 15,000 jobs in Scotland. As a student, this is a highly emotive issue, with STEM students' jobs prospects hanging in the balance.
A lot of the current debates over nuclear weaponry are rooted in the Second World War. The 27th of January marked Holocaust Memorial Day, commemorating the lives of those lost in atrocities of that time. Sarah and Aaron report.
Wednesday, the 27th of January 2016, Holocaust Memorial Day. This day is all about commemorating the lives lost in that genocide and the subsequent ones of the 20th century.
Holocaust Memorial Day was created in January 2000, when representatives from 46 different countries met in Stockholm to talk about the importance of Holocaust education, research and commemoration. All of these countries signed a pledge committing to holding an annual day of remembrance to respect the victims of the Holocaust.
So on this day of commemoration, Eutv caught up with historians, History Society and the Lessons from Auschwitz ambassadors to find out what their view is on this poignant day.
First, we caught up with students from the History Society to ask them, is education an appropriate form of commemoration?
You can't commemorate something without knowing what happened, so you need to be educated on that to be able to remember it.
So do you think there should be a wider national and European and global movement to recognise this awful
Most
atrocity?
Definitely, especially the Holocaust as well is obviously very important, but not just the Holocaust, you can't ignore the things that are going on today as well.
It is clear that the Holocaust plays a big part in current affairs, as shown at the recent Unite Against Fascism talk.
Nowhere and no group is immune from hatred and bigotry. Racism takes hold when people are put under harsh economic conditions in grossly unequal societies. If we really mean never again, it's not enough to say we were anti-racist. We have to build a society where racism won't take root, and that means a fairer society for everyone.
We spoke to Beth and Gemma, part of the Holocaust Educational Trust, about the relevance of the Holocaust to us today.
I think that our message of remembrance and why it's important is, more important than ever, because we are in a world just now where prejudice and discrimination is everywhere. And regardless of whether it's small things or it's bigger things on like a larger scale, and whether it's racism, whether it's sexism, whether it's homophobia, it's very much in our society. The reason that we need to remember is because if we don't, we're choosing to say that we've seen where prejudice and discrimination can lead when it's left unchecked and when it goes as far as it can go, and we're saying that that's okay if we don't stop it now, and if we don't look at things that are happening and say, actually, this is going too far, actually this is not okay, and we need to sort of step up and make that stand.
The only thing that brings about that sort of hatred is intolerance and misunderstanding of other people and their differences. So the only way we can combat that is through educating others.
Would you give any advice to students on campus about how to not stand back?
As students, we tend to sort of circle with people that we haven't necessarily met before and that we don't maybe know that well, or that have differing opinions from us. And I think that it's really important that, regardless of our opinions, that we are talking about these issues, and that I think particularly what I was saying about people joking about things, because I think that can be particularly harmful when people are saying things in a joking context but that are actually offensive. And if we laugh along and we say and we accept it, we're being passive and we're saying that that's okay for you to be offensive about that particular thing. If we sit back and laugh or don't say anything, we're accepting it and we're allowing it. Whereas if we say, actually, don't make a joke about that, we're saying it's not okay.
It's clear then, speaking to people around campus, that this day is very significant in the Edinburgh University calendar.
And thanks to all of our contributors for reminding us how important it is to learn from history's mistakes.
In sports this month, Charlie and Polly have donned their winter wear and they're heading down to Murrayfield Ice Rink to catch the Edinburgh Eagles in action.
Meanwhile, if you're hoping to get fit this year, Flo's been off to the gym to see what's waiting in store.
Welcome to the Murrayfield Ice Rink, where we will be watching Edinburgh Eagles take on Northumbria Kings A team. Currently third bottom in the table, Edinburgh Eagles are hoping to race ahead from the Northumbria Kings A team, who are only 2 points below them in the table. Composed of players from across Edinburgh's universities, Edinburgh are hoping to recover from a mixed bag of results in the first semester and kick off to a winning start here against the Northumbria Kings A team.
Edinburgh Eagles were dealt the most untimely of blows with the departure of their coach in the build-up to the game. However, you wouldn't have known it as they were quickly out of the traps, establishing a comfortable lead in the opening exchanges against Northumbria Kings. Those who did turn up to witness the game were treated to an exciting, fast-paced encounter that ebbed and flowed. And in the crowd, spectators were having their ice hockey knowledge put to the test by the sports section's very own Polly Rakshi.
Hi gents, how are we doing?
Good, thanks, how are you?
I'm very well, and why are you guys here this evening?
We all play ice hockey, so we just come to watch whenever we
You'll play ice hockey?
Try it anyway, yeah. We try. Give our best shot.
How long do you think it takes before, because it's not something you just pick up very quickly. How long is it before you can actually do it to quite a good standard?
To get to a good standard, it depends what you've done before. If you're new to skating, new to hockey, you're going to be to a good standard in 2, 3, 4 years. But if you've got a skating background, you can pick up within a year.
Just last of all, we're testing people's terms on ice hockey things. So, what do you guys know what a biscuit would be?
Hot guy.
Hey, professionals, you see.
Full credit must be given to the hosts, Edinburgh, for showing tremendous character when a game had seemed to be slipping away from them. Led by captain Anthony Sells, the Eagles set about making the game safe and securing the points against the Kings. Despite Northumbria's in vain attempts to haul themselves back into the game, Edinburgh notched up a deserved victory.
You were 4-1 down at one point. Did you feel the game was slipping away?
Yeah, I felt it was a little tough out there. I thought we had command of it early, and then we took some lazy penalties, and that's kind of when it started slipping away from us. We ended the period, it was kind of down. The other team came up on us, and so it was kind of discouraging at the end of the period, but we kind of regrouped at the beginning of the second. We started taking lazy penalties, so we just had to make sure that we were skating hard, just to get the forecheck on them, and make sure that we were getting the pucks deep in the zone. Made them turn the puck over on us instead of the other way around. I fractured my jaw 4 years ago playing a game in Manchester, and it happened. I got tripped and I wasn't able to put my hands out to protect myself, and I landed on my chin. Yeah, and I don't remember too much of that night actually, to be honest. It was a long night in the hospital with CT scans and MRIs. And
thanks very much. Thank you very much. Taking the time to be with us.
Cheers. Thank you.
Congratulations as well.
Bye.
Thanks very much.
My name's Flo Lloyd-Hughes, and I've come to the Sport and Exercise to find out about what's new and what's changed here at Edinburgh University.
We've got about 40 machines in this room, and we have Scotland's first cable wall, so we've got an entire wall devoted to just cable machines. So we've got 18 racks side by side, which are quite heavily used. We replace this kit about every 3 years, so we always maintain the latest stuff that we can get that's on the market. Side we've got things like benches, squat racks, platforms as well. It's a really popular bit for the guys. There's a lot of really big strong men that come down here, as well as a lot of girls. Increasingly in the last 3 or 4 years we've seen a much higher percentage of females coming down here, which is nice. Yeah, it's just a really cool space. So do you want to take a walk through?
Yeah, let's go.
So what this is it's kind of a floor-based space with a lot of lighter equipment, so it's quite a friendly space for first-time users of the gym or people who maybe aren't so serious about the training. We've got a variety of kit. We've got barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, some balls, a lot of foam rollers. That's a really popular thing, as well as a lot of cardio equipment as well.
So we're here at Sport and Exercise, and we're here to learn a little bit more about the new SPA programme. So can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so the SPA programme is support for physical activity programme. It's aimed at inactive students, trying to encourage more physical activity. So students that aren't doing too much, maybe not a member of here, or just generally trying to do some more for their mental health and well-being. Obviously the physical benefits of doing physical activity too. So it's kind of ranging from encouraging using pedometers, Fitbits, that sort of thing, to maybe getting memberships at the gym, trying out workshops, classes, just anything they want. We did a study last year and it came out that 89% of students wanted to be more physically active. So that's why the programme really is trying to be enforced, especially through student counselling services, student disability service.
We'll let people in to have a look around. We can give them a guided tour of the building. If you're a student, it's only £3 for an entry. You can bring a guest with you if you like, or just go online and you can sort a membership out like that too.
As part of Mental Health and Wellbeing Week, the Sport and Exercise has got involved. What exactly are you guys doing for the week?
We're going to have an open day on Friday the 12th of February, so it's open gates to everybody who's a staff and a student. They can come along, use the gym and any of the facilities for free.
And finally, Leah and Daisy from Society Spotlight have been looking to find out more about societies which promote a healthy body
and a healthier mind. Something that this guy might know something about.
So it's February already, can you believe it? It feels like only days ago we were writing our New Year's resolutions.
To eat more healthily. It was to go to the gym more. Buying food more ethically and swapping hopefully to vegan stuff, but
My plan for this semester is going to other clubs than to Hive, because I went about 13 times.
But how many of them have you kept?
No. Oh, I meant to. I really meant to. I've kept up a bit, but not as much as I would have liked to. Well, I haven't signed up for the gym yet. That went out the window this weekend. It's kind of just not really happened.
No, I haven't kept any of mine either. That's why we thought the focus of this Society Spotlight would be societies to help you keep your resolution to learn new skills and develop yourself. One of your New Year's resolutions might be to eat more vegetables, but you probably haven't got the time to grow your own. One of the societies at Edinburgh though is looking out for you. Hearty Squirrel let you order our veg bag with the touch of a button on your phone, and you can pick it up in George Square. That's what Daisy Wiggins has gone to do for us.
It's Thursday lunchtime. We are here downstairs at the George Square Lecture Theatre talking to the Hearty Squirrel. What does the Hearty Squirrel work and what does it kind of do?
So we have veg bags that we sell. All the produce comes from Whitmere Farm, which is just outside Edinburgh, and they're just a really nice organic farm that we get seasonal vegetable from. Right. And then the other half is we have dried fruits that we get from Green City, which are another organic food cooperative based in Glasgow. Yes, the veg is kind of promoting like locally sourced produce, right, yeah, and kind of just supporting stuff near Edinburgh.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think are the kind of benefits of being part of Hearty Squirrel, both for students who might buy from it and from you as a volunteer?
I think, it's really, in terms of like the students, it's like really affordable, and it's also just really cheap. Yeah, and it's just, ethically and morally like a good thing to support. Mm-hmm. And doing it on the uni campus just makes that really accessible. Yeah. So the stall runs every Thursday from 10 till 4. Sometimes we're outside the lecture theatre, mm-hmm, but if it's too cold like today, then we're down here, which is in George Square Lecture Theatre.
Thanks, Daisy. Well, now Leah has been to meet another of Edinburgh's societies that runs a number of campaigns, all aimed at improving your well-being.
Today I'm here with Jenny from WellSoc, the Edinburgh Mental Wealth and Wellbeing Society. So Jenny, could you just tell me what's WellSoc all about?
Yeah, so we're a new society that's set up just this year, and we aim to promote good mental health amongst all students at Edinburgh University.
At the library you're holding an event. Could you tell me a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so today is our event called You're More Than Your Marks. Basically what we're doing is we're encouraging students to think of their non-academic achievements at a time of year when people are getting exam results they might not necessarily be feeling good about what they've got. So we want to encourage them to be proud of themselves and to recognise what good things they've done with their life. I think that it would be good if everybody realised that mental health isn't just something that people get when they're unwell. Everybody has mental health, whether it's good or bad, and it's something that we need to look after in the same way that we look after our physical health.
So what kind of things do you do to stay happy while you're at university?
We've got like a pretty good like gym group going, just like three of us.
And a drinking group.
Yeah, it's the same group really, so there's a nice balance.
It's like figuring out those things that like make you really excited, and then
just starting to go to library early enough, and then it'll be fine, I think.
I'm with friends, not spending too much time in polit calls.
Every Friday we just kind of hang out and just chat for ages in the pub, and it just keeps you really chill. And yeah, I think that's what keeps me happy during uni.
Today I'm joining the Yoga Society to learn more about what yoga can provide for busy students. Yoga is an ancient practice that focuses on the physical and mental well-being of all of its participants. It focuses on strength building, on breathing techniques, and on flexibility. Yoga has found a popular home here in Edinburgh, and the university's Yoga Society wants to bring yoga to the students. They aim to make yoga accessible and affordable for all of their members. What made you interested in trying yoga?
I think that there is a philosophy behind yoga, so it's like doing sports, but at the same time it's relaxing.
The Yoga Society offers students with a space where they can take a step away from their hectic lives and focus on improving their physical and mental well-being. If university is ever getting too stressful or you feel burdened by the weight of the day, come over and try a bit of yoga, and I promise you'll feel more relaxed. This has been Society Spotlight. I'm Leah Kinser.
Well, that's it for our third episode. We hope you enjoyed it.
To keep up to date with all of our latest news and videos, make sure you give us a like on our Facebook page.
So I've been Ted.
And I'm still Ellie.
See you next time.